for Biafra, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, demand our to Kuje prison for me and you to be free. We are bringing this gospel to the streets of Biafra land, saying that 30th of May is our visit at home. 30th of May is our visit at home. Have you not been so? Anywhere where you are, anywhere you are in Biafra land, we the indigenous people of Biafra have decided that 30th of May is totally short. We will remember the people that was killed in Iguacha. We will remember those that was killed in National High School, Alaba. We will remember those that was massacred in Ekembo. We will remember our sister, Waka Waka.
Nobody's going to back.
We will remember those that was shot and massacred in Cambridge and Anambra State. 30th of May, we must respect them, we must honor them because they are our heroes. Because of what they have done for us. That's why me and you are alive today. Wherever you are hearing my voice, are you in the diaspora? Wherever you are, 30th of May. We the people in Biafra land, we will sit at home. Those people in the diaspora, go and join IPOB wherever you are. Join your people to restore Biafra. Biafra is the last hope. Biafra is our hope. Without Biafra, our Fulani will massacre everybody. That's why those people that died, that me and you should be free, we will remember them on 30th of May. Anywhere you are you in Malaysia? Are you in Indonesia? Are you in Brazil? Wherever you are, 30th of May, come out. Let us join hands together to honor those people. Those of our fathers, those of our mothers, those people that said no to injustice. We will remember them on 30th of May. There will be nothing like Keke in Biafra land. No Okada, no taxi driver. Are you a transporter? Pack your motor. That 30th of May, everywhere in Biafra land will totally shut down. We have decided the spirit of those 3.5 million children that was massacred by Kwashoko. We will remember them because they really make us proud. Without this children day, me and you today will not be in Biafra land. Me and you today will not be in diaspora. Are you in America, wherever you are? 30th of May, that was killed by Nigerian government. Those people that was died, we will remember them. No matter whatever they will do, it will not stop us from remembering them. 30th of May in Biafra land is totally shut down. This message is coming from the Directorate of State, the leadership of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB, put a control zone. I still remain your servant, your brother, the only one, Mazi Nnamdi Biafra, calling all the way from Port Harcourt Road as a zone Alaba. I see on Oyake Akwaribe.
And also welcome those of them who are around you. There are some people who are still sleeping. There are some people who, for one reason or the other, may not be able to reach their listening device this morning. Endeavor to inform them that we are live and that we are direct. And this very morning, and as always, the truth and the gospel of redemption will be preached on this noble platform, this glorious platform, this Radio Biafra. Let us pray very, very briefly. And I will, of course, pray, as always, the Lord's Prayer. A very simple prayer. And after praying, then I will address the nonsensical, idiotic, and hopeless propaganda by DSS. A bunch of liars, as Lugard quite rightly said, that the Fulani people are liars. You cannot trust them. That's what Lugard said, the creator of the zoo. And this morning, we shall put to bed their lies against me and this very noble family regarding the state of worship in the land of Biafra come the 30th of May. Our Lord and our God who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Let thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forevermore. We pray. Ise. That is the prayer that Yahweh Yeshua prayed when the disciples asked him and said to him, Rabbi, teach us how to pray. Because we are all the children of God Almighty in heaven. That is why we must pray to God now and always. And this very morning, I am going to give you a series of phone numbers to call. Of course, some of you may be able to get to us via Signal. Some of you may also be able to get to us via WhatsApp if you wish to do so. Because I made an investigation, we can at least, for the purposes of this very presentation this morning, we are willing to take your calls via WhatsApp as well. But in terms of intra-communication, our Android is almost ready. It's ready, and we're waiting for our iOS, which is an Apple, then to now launch our app that is very safe and very secure, and we can begin to switch over to that very platform. So it is very imminent, and we are working very hard to make sure that we do that. But before I open our lines this morning, first of all, I want to address a cheap local Tombo bar. You know Tombo? You know, we have bar, we have wine bar, and we have Tombo bar. There is a kind of gossip going around. Tombo gossip, you know, the one you have in the village bar where they eat oil bean seed or bar with hunkwobi. You know, Tombo. You know, when you go to wine bar, you drink wine, you drink cocktails, you're well dressed and all the rest of it. When you go to Tombo, you can be coming from maybe harvesting angara in the farm. You come in and you branch into Tombo bar. You want to drink a bottle of palm wine with Oba. You know, the type of gossip you hear there is different from the one you hear in high-end exclusive wine bars. You know that very well. DSS has descended to what I call village Tombo gossip. I woke up this morning to some ridiculousness. I think they started peddling it from yesterday. That somehow there are not going to be any church services on the 30th. If we don't go to church, if we don't go to the temples and the synagogue to pray for the safe repose of the souls of those that have died, where are we supposed to do it? Every church that very day in Biafra land on the 30th is going to pray for the souls of our dear departed, including the very gallant Ikonso. You don't understand that? That's what's going to happen. Nobody's going to ban any church services. Nobody has the right to. Because nobody can interfere with the faith and worship of people. Do you understand it? That is number one. And number two, I also read this morning, of course, it's DSS, because I came out to defend them back. They have to look for a way to try and strike back. You know the way they behave, as idiotic as they are. You know how they behave. They say that when Biafra comes, every Catholic church, every Anglican church will be converted to a synagogue or a Judaic temple. These people are fools. They are so useless. I have said it time and time again on this platform and in every other place where I have been interrogated on this issue of religion. And allow me to clarify this morning, and with which I think that some of you that actually know me will understand that I cannot say such a thing. To start with, that is the Fulani in their desperation to bring their age-long divide and rule. No, that's what they do best. to see can we put enmity between them. Let us try and lie about Nnamdi Kanu to see if they will hate him and stop following him. The same thing they did to the people so-called South. The same thing they did to those of them who foolishly refer to themselves as Niger Delta. The same thing they tried to do between Anambra and Imo when the East was there. The same division they brought between Ikwere, that is Igbo, and the Igbo land itself. The same thing they tried to do with the likes of the great harlot herself in Abuja, Loreto Nochie, and Neoma, and also Igbo land. The same thing they tried to do with us and the Igbo people who are in Cross River State. The same thing they tried to do between us and the Igbo people who are in Akwa Ibom. The same thing they tried to do between us and the Igbo people who are in Kogi State. They have come again now with church because they know that some of us are very foolish and very stupid. When it comes to religion, all our senses, all our thinking faculty goes to the dustbin. Allow me to reiterate very categorically and unequivocally this very morning that in the land of Biafra, if you want to worship one area okoko, a chick, okoko, picking of chicken, let me put it that way, you are free to do so. You can worship because nobody can interfere with your mode or who you worship. That is why in the greatest religion of all time, which is Biafran religion, a modern interpretation of which is Judaism, they do not do preaching, they don't go on evangelism. Because it is between you and your God. Anything your conscience tells you, is what you're going to do. And nobody can interfere. That is why in our land, in times gone by, in various communities or villages, depending on their, should I say, on their disposition, they choose to worship whatever deity they want. It's not your business. Have you ever heard in times gone by that people from Ibeku can maybe go to a place like Ezinihitembisa and tell them that Akraba Ajala, the Chokonese, they are the local deity, that they shouldn't worship it anymore? Have you heard of that before? Because nobody can interfere or come between you and your God. That is why every great religion, in fact, greatest religion you have is Biafran religion. You don't go about trying to convert people. No, you don't. It is between that person and his God. That is why anything you want to worship now, until Biafra comes and beyond, you are free to do so. Nobody is going to interfere with church services. Never, not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Nobody can even stop you from going to native doctor. If that is what you want to do, that is entirely your business. Nobody can. So we must put to bed all this stupid, wishy-washy, idiotic propaganda by DSS of the zoo. That's all they specialize in. Bandits are ravaging their villages, making their life a misery. All they can do is to sit down somewhere and gossip about something they know nothing about. There will be church services on the 30th. People that want to go to church, they are free to do so. If they want to, but every church must pray to Elohim in heaven for the safe repose of the souls of those that died in the Holocaust. That was the Biafran War, and ever since, up until this very day. Now our lines are effectively open, and we are going to take your calls. For those of you who do not know, I have over 26,000 missed calls. Unbelievable. 26,000. 26,000. Can you believe that? 26,000 missed calls. Can you believe that? On Signal alone. Let me give you the number this morning with which you can and must be able to reach us. If it will open, I know that some of you have it already. This +44 is a UK number. +44 77 61 82 53 46. I repeat, +44 77 61 82 53 46. That is on Signal. That is the Signal line. I am now going to give you the line for WhatsApp as well. The WhatsApp line, what you will see there is Radio Biafra University. The WhatsApp line is +1 34 63 99 01 88. Let us take this very call this morning. This first caller this very day, give us your name and where you're calling us from. We are live and we are direct. Even heaven and the angels are listening.
Good morning, Sani. I'm Evangelist Susan Kuwoki, calling from Biafra land.
Thank you very much, Evangelist, for calling.
I continue to strengthen you. You see? Please, what I want to find out from you this morning is that I was told that you suspended all prayer programs on radio, including the Passover. I've been trying to find out, because I know that you said what we are doing is 90-something% spiritual.
Yes.
So the normal prayer the IPOB pastors organize on radio, they said you suspended it.
I cannot suspend prayer because I pray before I start this program anytime I'm on air. I pray for all of you 7 times every blessed day. I pray 4 times in the morning. I say 4 prayers in the morning, and I say 3 prayers in the evening on your head and the head of every IPOB family member and every Biafran and every lover of freedom. I even pray for Ududuwa nation to come. I pray for Middle Belt nation to come. I cannot, will not stop prayers. Please go back on air and continue to pray. Because right now we have people who are dedicatedly praying for the restoration of Biafra, because something people do not understand is for a nation to move forward, there must be those praying for that very nation 24 hours every blessed day. We have those who are holy praying for us every blessed day. Their job is to pray. They are everywhere. They are in synagogues, they are in temples, they are in churches. They are praying every blessed day, I can assure you. The same way it is even in Rome. When you go to Rome, don't you have convent? Don't you have monasteries, people praying? If you go to England, the same thing. If you go to Germany, the same thing. If you go to Russia, the same thing. If you go to the US, the same thing. If you go to Canada, the same. Even in Japan, Shinto monks are praying for their nation. So prayer is very, very important, and we must continue to do so. Thank you very, very much. Return back on air and continue to pray. I have another caller on the line. This caller, give us your name and where you're calling us from. This is Radio Biafra. Can you hear me? No, they are not paying attention. The caller on the line, please, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Positive.
Please give us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, sir. My name is Jim Diko from Texas.
From Texas, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mazi. I was actually reading through a write-up about the Fulani agenda, which is something that you have always talked about. But Mazi, I wanted to talk about 2 things. First of all, the assemblage of the native doctors by the Ebonyi State Governor, Umahi. I know, that's a topic that should not really be discussed on Radio Biafra, but I just want to speak out to any one of them or anybody that has their information to make sure they get as much money as they can from that man and pay it into an account, because we need all that money from the government, the ones that Umahi has stolen and stashed away. And on Mbaka, our father, Reverend Father Mbaka, now that, we are supporting him as we should, as our own that he is, he should as well speak up more on the issue of the Biafran people, and he should be in defense of IPOB. And if possible, he should encourage his members. He should open a unit there at the adoration ground, because we are all indigenous people of Biafra, and that is something that he has to do. Then the other one is the Arabic school in Ebonyi State. Information that I got is that these hoodlums, these terrorists go over there to hide, and from there they launch their attacks. So the unknown government should pay them a visit. I know it's not ours to discuss, but everybody that knows what to do should go and do what they need to do over there. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very, very much. And regarding the issue of Mbaka and preaching of the gospel, and for him to set up a family unit, there is something that we must try to understand. Did you hear when Mbaka was talking about Biafra and myself, the way the crowd responded? Go and watch the entire clip. He said many things and the crowd responded. When he mentioned my name, go and observe how the crowd reacted. Everybody there is a Biafran. Even Mbaka himself is also a Biafran. Sometimes it is a case of misunderstanding or people not being able to appreciate the enormity of this very project that Elohim has mandated us to execute here on this very earth. Sometimes our people do not understand. The same thing with the governors. Because of the penny half, the peanuts they are picking up from the table, because they want to appear relevant, they do not see the potency of what we are preaching. They don't understand the liberation that will come via this very noble family of IPOB. Or sometimes they know, they choose to ignore it. That's entirely their business. And regarding the other things that you mentioned, of course, I don't know who the non-gunmen are, but I do know that wherever they see injustice, they will tackle it in our land. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me, please? Yes, please give us your name and where you are calling us from, please, if you may.
Martins, calling from Indonesia.
From Indonesia. Your name is what?
Yes, sir. Okemri O. Martins.
Okemri, please go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
So I want to thank you for all your effort that you're doing towards our living, because your fight is for our living. I so much appreciate your effort, and I so much appreciate the love you have for the Biafrans. Where I want to point hand on is based on the issue of misunderstanding, differences of Biafrans and other group, IPOB and the other Biafran groups. I want to emphasize on that by saying, how can we collaborate with them to work together? Because the case now is that if any other issue that comes up now, the way the agitation is going on, one may fight each other. The way I'm saying things, please, how can we collaborate with each other to make sure that everybody are carry along? Like aside Okobo was the councillors of them. Please, how can we collaborate and make sure that everything works together? Because we're in the battlefield that we don't need to have any differences. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Are you implying or suggesting that we should collaborate with people who are openly working for the zoo, working for Mietiala? Is that what people are saying? Are you telling me that somebody that collects payment from Saudi Arabia is somehow going to be a part and parcel of what we are doing? We must be disciplined at all times. The discipline we have in IPOB, I do not believe that any other collection of people have it. That is why, okay, how come they started before us? Let me ask you this question. They started before us, but they are being invited to a meeting courtesy of what IPOB has been able to do, not because of what they themselves have done. The only reason why people are calling for a meeting is to see if there is any way they can bring IPOB to the table. Is that not correct? That's what they're trying to do.
Yes, sir.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes,
now, let me ask you a question. If these people that you're asking us, why can't they come and join IPOB? Why must everybody open their own shop? Oh, come, let's collaborate. How many of people are there? The hotel building moron that keeps yapping every blessed day, how many people are following him? Let him come out for a rally. People will stone him outside. I passed through Owerri and Owerri was locked down in 2017. I was only passing through Owerri. I did not go through. I passed only through Owerri. Owerri was closed down completely. I want that hotel building demon working for Nietiana. Let him come out and hold a rally outside. He will be stoned. You will not see up to 500 people there. Let him go and try and see. Now, you see, we must... There has to come a time when we stop behaving like fools. We must stop behaving like fools and stop being sentimental for the sake of it. These people that are everywhere organizing themselves, how many people are you? How many of you?
Those people don't have, sir, sorry for interrupting. Sir, those people don't have numbers. But they only have few people that they are using as a sabot to us.
Then it is, listen to me, it is your job to subdue them. Listen to me. It is your job to subdue them with the superiority of your argument. If they bring out what they are doing and lay it side by side with what IPOB is doing, nobody in their right senses will follow them. Nobody with brain in their skull. All they do is they gossip. Do I talk about them? I don't talk about them because I know they have nothing to offer. I focus on what concerns Biafrans all over the world and this noble family of IPOB. Ask us if they are any good. If they have this suggestion they want to bring, why can't they come and join IPOB? Why not? Why must you be on your own? Because let me tell you one thing. Any day we go to that meeting now, they will record anything that we say. They go to their masters in the north and say, oh, I know how to get Nnamdi Kanu to calm down. We are in a meeting together, trust me, as they have been doing. They will take money from the zoo government. They will take money from the governors. Even the governors we are going to ask for and collecting money, saying they can reach me. They don't know I will hear all these things. The same people that they met said, oh, please, we want to dialogue with you direct. How do we get hold of you? And I told them that the time hasn't come yet. We must avenge the death of all those that they killed. When we are even, when we are equal, then we can consider that. The only thing we can even discuss is referendum. Look at those people. What have they done? People get together, issue press statements, and what have you done on the ground to sensitize people? Do they know how much money we are paying in Washington for our consultants over there? Do they know how far we have gone all over the world? Do you think that Britain can wake up one morning and say to Nigeria, we can no longer help you? Just out of the blue, people did not do any work. Do they know the amount of work that even you yourself is doing? Do you think that those of you who have all the e-warriors that we have, do you think that your job is in vain? How do you think that EU, Angela Merkel, can come and tell Nigeria, go and solve your own problem? EU told Nigeria, you know the solution to your problem, apply it, which is dialogue. Telling the Fulani what to do. Go and do what you must do to save that place that you call your country. Why do you think that happened? Do you think that Britain just woke up one morning and decided to call IPOB and the other persecuted people? If you are a freedom fighter, listen to me carefully, all of you who are listening. Yes, freedom fighter, if you are a freedom fighter, you must be consistent. You don't change. And I'm not saying that if you get a superior advice, you will not take it. When people advise us, we take it. If you advise me this morning and your advice is good, I will take it. Heaven knows I will take it and I will apply it. But not when you have nothing. The only thing you have is envy and jealousy. The only thing you have is negotiating with Dangote to bring you cement so you can build a hostel. The only thing you know is to sit down with BBC and be talking rubbish every blessed day. What are your plans? What plans do you have? You know you have nothing. Now, what I expect the idiots to do is to collapse that nonsense that he has and ask his people, go and join IPOB. Because that is where the idiot said yesterday, I was listening to him. I hate talking about people, but I will talk about him this morning. The fool said yesterday that if they are serious about getting Biafra, they must join hands with everybody. But you told us that Biafra had come already. That's what this idiot told us, that Biafra is already here, that he has a government, he has a prime minister, all of them is claiming they have Biafra government. Why can't you go to Ibunya and fight Fulani headsmen? It was IPOB that did it. IPOB did it in such a way that at the end of the day, Umahi opened his mouth and said, we no longer have Fulani headsmen in Ebonyi. It was done by IPOB and our volunteer command. Do you understand me? What have these people done?
Yes, sir.
They have absolutely nothing. They have done nothing for our people. It's only to be gossiping, yapping rubbish every blessed day, making noise so that they can be noticed by Abuja to give them money. We cannot work with them. Never, ever, ever. If they want to work with us, they should come out publicly and say, IPOB is the moving train. We are going to join them, as South Africans did with ANC. Thank you very much. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? If you can, please be kind enough to give us your name and where you're calling from, if you may.
Yeah, Mazi, good afternoon. My name is Mazi Nnamdi calling from Cambodia.
From Cambodia, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi, I just want to just put a light on what you have said before for the benefit of doubt. Because I happened to run into some people where they were arguing on some statements you made some time ago on your broadcast, when you said that all the Igbo governors have been promised the president and the vice president, and they were like arguing how can all the Igbo governors being promised a president and vice president at the same time. So I just asked them a simple question: What I asked them was, have you seen an Hausa man fighting his brother in opposite party? And we are like shaking. Now, I have to clear the air. So why I'm making it public so that people may understand more what the Fulanis are doing to our people. What they are doing is that, from what I understand from your brokers, is that the people in PDP will be promising those in PDP, their fellow party members in PDP from Southeast, that they will do this for them. And those who are in APC will be doing the same thing, doing their own bidding Southeast, and making them believe that they are together in this struggle of getting the president, you know, without knowing that all of them are doing the same thing. Just like what they are doing in what's it called, in police and the army formation. They will use those Hausa people trying to buy our people. And when they get to them, they will promise them heaven and earth, and they will be fighting each other. So my advice is that our Southeast governors should know themselves, irrespective of their parties, and know that these people are using them. They should know themselves and stop doing the bidding of the Fulani herdsmen. They are destroying our people. They are making us to hate ourselves. Why they are uniting in the north and working to destroy the Southeast people. So please, my advice is to our Southeast governors for them to reason for once and see reason from what we are saying. We Biafrans are saying that enough is enough. They should stop killing our people. They should stop killing our brothers and forget about Fulanis, that they have nothing to offer them. This is what I have to advise them, Mazi. Thank you very much. And God bless you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you for that. Somebody is saying that the volume is low. I don't know what they mean by that the volume is low, but we shall endeavor to try and raise the volume as much as we can. But here this morning, we are live and we are direct. Even heaven is bearing us witness because we preach the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That is why this very noble family is the largest mass movement on the face of this very earth. It is not by accident. It is because here we speak the truth. And everything that we say, we follow it up with action. They claim that the Pampas wearing Sarikin Fulani is back in Imo State talking as usual. Okay, say to Mama, it will set very, very soon. All of you talking rubbish, you can hear what the idiot is saying. You can hear what the idiot is saying. So that you don't forget, let us take this call. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are. They're not paying attention. The caller on the line, can you hear me? People are coming on, but not saying anything. Can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? No. Let me take another one. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Yes, my director. Good morning.
Good morning to you, please. I want to bring your volume up. I want to bring it up, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, director, my name is Chidi Obonaya. I'm calling from London, UK.
Chidi Obonaya from the United Kingdom. Please go ahead. We are listening.
Yeah, director, there is one thing I want to suggest. Is it possible that all our ESN commanders be on satellite phone so that
even if they're going to be on satellite phone, is here we have to give me this advice? Why don't you write privately? You don't know that if they are, how many satellite phones are there in the world? Maybe about 4 maximum. Hausa Fulani, I wouldn't say Hausa Fulani, I do apologize to my Hausa friends. Fulani Janjaweed, they have over $30 billion war chest to keep Nigeria warm. They will bribe anybody, they will cajole, they will assassinate, they will kill, they will do everything within their powers to keep the zoo one. That is how they can sustain the ownership by the Sultan of Sokoto. That is the only way that the Emir of Gwandu can own oil wells in Akwa Ibom. That is the only way they can continue to dominate and make our lives a misery. 30 billion. If you mention satellite phone, they can go and buy up every satellite phone provider in the world. It would even cost them up to 4 billion. They will buy up all of them. Do you understand? Because they control the means of wealth of Nigeria. They can do whatever they like. the vast amounts of money at their disposal is limitless. They can do anything. So there are some advice. You don't give live on air. I accept what you're saying. There is need for secure communication on the ground. But the very first way we can start securing our people on the ground is by those in the diaspora not calling our camps on the ground. That's number one. People, unless you are, in fact, nobody is allowed from abroad to contact commanders and men who are fighting on the ground. You are not allowed to do that. You don't know who's listening to your phone, who's tapping your phone. You can be with your friends recklessly and be making mouth, and you compromise the security of our men on the ground. What you have said is welcome, but we must look for alternative because you have said it live on air. We can no longer implement it. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line for the last time, can you hear me? I don't like people who are cold. Hey, my goodness. Very, very cold. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Good morning to you. Please give us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Wilson Iboji. I'm calling from Benin Republic.
From Benin Republic. Please go ahead. We are all listening. Go ahead.
I must commend you. Yes. I must commend you so much for your efforts to say that you emancipate this most ancient nation on earth, Biafra.
Very old.
I must commend you so much for that.
Very, very old. Very old.
Yes. So what I want to chip in this morning is this. There is this anonymous that has been predicting every sort of information that are going to happen in the future, and it seems that some of the things that these guys say always come into accomplishment. And the guy also said that there is one Slovakian man that was paid to come and assassinate you, and that the Nigerian army is planning to raid bombs in Imo State. So I want to give an advice also for you to please be very, very careful, even the way you walk, the things people around you. Please, we can't afford to lose you. So when I got the news, I was so much worried. So I want to give you an advice. And also I want to encourage each and everyone who has been trying in one way or the other to make sure that this sovereign nation is restored. I want to commend all of you, and God is infinite mercy will also always show us favor and kindness.
He said, thank you very, very much for that. Thank you very much for that. We have callers everywhere. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Benedict. I'm calling from Italy.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I really want to thank you for the eye-opening you brought to us in Nigeria. Because I'm not a Biafran, but right from day one, I'll be following you. Because I used to educate people about this Biafra of the things, as in the civilization it will bring to Africa, the benefits, everything. So I used to see some people argue about this Biafra of the things. Some people are opposing it. But to my own view, I know that this Biafra of the thing is an eye-opening to Nigeria, not only Nigeria alone, but to Africa. Because we as a Nigeria in diaspora,
yes,
for carrying down in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an opportunity. I want to encourage everybody out there to support this.
But where are you from? Where are you from? What I want to ask you, where are you from? You say you're not a Biafran. Where are you from?
Okay, I'm half Delta, half Igbo. My father is Yoruba. So
okay, so you are Yoruba. You are Yoruba. We come from where our father comes from. So you are Yoruba. Yeah, you do. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I want to encourage everybody out there not to neglect this movement. It's really something that everybody should stick to, and you are a blessing. You are a blessing to us as in Nigeria.
Yes, because sometimes before you say something, I used to argue a lot with many people out there. Even before I came to Italy, I used to argue with people out there, as in I used to tell them that you are doing a great job, that people they're supposed to support you with everything, directly or indirectly. They should support you and promote you, because this is what we have been waiting for. Yes, our forefather, they didn't do enough. They didn't do enough because we have been oppressed for too long. I don't know, because sometimes let's come to reality. When you see all these Hausa people, let's say these Fulani people, it is when I traveled to the northern part of the Italy. It was then that I began to understand that we don't relate to these people in any form. As in, the food we eat, there's no place in this world where they call a country when you can't see the people that they don't relate with something, one thing or the other.
Yes.
But when you come to the reality, we are this Fulani, there's nothing, one single thing that I can pick up that we used to relate with them. So how will you call such type of a place a country, for crying out loud? There's nothing you can use to compare that. Yes, they look like more Nigeria. Even we look more Ghanaian more than the Fulani and all these Hausa people. Ghanaian we look similar like Ghanaians and all this thing. But the Hausa, we don't have anything similar at all. So the thing is killing. It's my head is just, I don't know. So I want to encourage everybody out there to support this movement. It is a great movement and it is eye-opening. So are they waiting for our generation to pass out before they want to put load into our generation with our unborn children? So we have to make this thing come to reality, even if we don't even benefit the separation, but let our children, we are fighting this fight for our children, our unborn children.
Of course.
So this is just it.
Thank you very much.
I will still keep encouraging people out there to support this movement, sir.
Of course. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much. I think when he started, he wanted to say, thank you very, very much, my dear brother. He wanted to say half Yoruba and half Igbo, but the mom is from the Delta part, from Igbo land. They put into Delta State, so to speak. So maybe I mistakenly said half Delta, half Igbo. I wanted to say half Delta, Igbo, and half Yoruba. I welcome that very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Myself, I have blood relatives who are Yoruba, for your information. I have blood relatives who are married to Yoruba people and vice versa. One thing I do know is that in at the end of this very race, Yoruba, Oduduwa, and Biafra will be one. At the end of this race, Oduduwa and Biafra will be one because we reason. Can you see how brave they are, young people we are behaving yesterday in Abeokuta? Very, very brave, because they have reason. They can reason, they can think. They now understand that Tinubu is their problem, that Obasanjo is their problem. All these people all over the place, they are their problems. Now they have realized, they have woken up. Who is it down to? Radio, Biafra, IPOB. Not all these gossip merchants. Akoinyo, everywhere they go, they are gossiping. They have not done anything. The reason why the zoo is collapsing today is because of these indigenous people of Biafra. Nobody else. So if you're calling your meeting and you want to call the entire village, that is your problem. The reason why you want to call a meeting is because of IPOB. Then focus on IPOB and call the meeting. It serves two purposes. It will tell the other people that it is only IPOB that got us to where we are today. Only IPOB that is doing the right thing, because the rest are not doing anything. They're not doing nothing. Anybody can wake up tomorrow. I'm Biafra Independent Movement. Come and join me. Let's mix together. I'm Biafra Liberation Council, all that rubbish. You have done nothing. Cannot do anything. Did not defend our land. When the history of this very battle is written about, they will say, our children will ask their teachers in schools in years to come, teacher, who drove away Fulani from Ebonyi State? They will say it is IPOB. Now you understand that? How will they remember you? People that you're asking us to go and meet, let us come together, join together. I'm asking you, what have they been able to do? I ask of you, what have they been able to accomplish? Absolutely nothing. You cannot start very well doing, let's say you're a mathematician. You cannot start very well and then you get the answer wrong. You say, oh, but you can see I started well, but I got the answer wrong. It doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense at all. People who were at the helm, who had the courage or who had the grace to stand up to mention Biafra from the beginning, why did you derail? Why did you derail? These are the questions they must answer themselves and stop trying to interfere with. Do you know the plans we have for the zoo? Everything we are doing is step by step. Let me tell people something they don't understand about our method and how we intend to go about what we are doing. This parrot yapping yesterday, maybe I think Dangote Cement is hitting him very hard, so he needs more money. I think cement price has gone up to finish one of the hostels he's building. When such people speak, you listen to them. Are you not mad? That means you don't know what freedom fighting is. You have no idea what freedom fighting is all about. Accumulation of wealth, personal wealth, is not freedom fighting. It's not freedom fighting. When you have the guts to rise up to mention Biafra from the beginning, you should have remained consistent regardless of the circumstance you find yourself in. You should have remained consistent, not dancing about with politicians, not collecting money to put to Okorocha or whoever in power as a governor, not to, oh, Chineke and these people, you people are mad, I'm telling you. You're not well. How many buildings did Mandela own? How many universities did Mandela build? How many people who are tormenting their oppressor is living with that oppressor in that land? 3 places: grave, prison, or exile. If you are leading any serious freedom fighting movement in the world, if you are serious, as in Amazonia president is in jail, the leader is in jail, his lieutenants and commanders, they are outside and they are fighting, they are battling every blessed day. What does that tell you about those who are relaxing in a mansion? Their swimming pool is almost Olympic-sized swimming pool, swinging around from side to side. They're telling you they are freedom fighters. We are freedom fighters. We are here. We are rubbish. Dining with your enemy. Ndara. And you have time to listen to such fools. That is why all of you must be guarded in what you do. If you want to talk to IPOB, you talk to IPOB. Not telling me you want to bring this and bring that. And did those people cause you problems before? Is IPOB not the reason why you're calling for this meeting? Why add this and add that and add that and add that? During any negotiation anywhere in the world, you go to the lead movement. It is there in the United Kingdom submission, in their policy statement, in Canada, in the USA. The lead people struggling for Biafra is IPOB, no other person. Not your grandmother or your grandfather. You want to bring. Of course, only if they are part of the family, of course. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are.
Did you know that you can make money from YouTube without creating videos? That's right. People right now in April 2021 are making $100, $200, $400 and even $1,000 a day with this simple system by using other people's videos. Now, you're probably wondering how this works, so let me explain. You see, there are software and app companies that create these demo videos to showcase their products, and they're legally allowing people like you and me to use these demo videos as we see fit. So all we need to do is download these videos and upload them to YouTube. And when we do, we get paid. Now, I don't have time to explain all of the step-by-step details inside of this simple YouTube ad. So what I've done is I've created a free web class that you can go and join right now today by clicking on this ad, and I'll show you where you can find these demo videos. I'll show you the step-by-step process to uploading them and monetizing them. I'll also show you how each one of these videos can bring in passive recurring income for months, if not years to come. And I'll also show you how Ashley here has made almost $30,000 while he's over in Mexico. He's originally from the UK, escaping lockdown, and he actually made $1,000 just yesterday while he was lying on a beach, which is pretty epic. So to register for this free web class and get all the details, simply click in the top right hand side of this ad if you're watching on a mobile, or the bottom left hand side of this ad if you're watching on a desktop. It will take you through to a page that looks like this, where you can fill in your details and get in and watch this free web class right now. Now, I've told you that this is working great in April 2021, and I've also had a lot of people that have been asking me to take this free web class down as they want to keep this method to themselves. And I'm actually starting to cave into their requests. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep this free web class online. So it's important that you go and watch this right now, sooner rather than later, as it could be taken down at any time. And I'll also show you how people like Branson here from Malaysia have made over $176,000 with this. I'll also show you people like John Shea here from the USA, who's made $25,000 with this so far. And also some bigger earners like Zishan here, who's made over $250,000 with this ridiculously simple system. Now, all of these people had no prior experience, okay? They all had full-time jobs. They don't anymore because they're doing this and it's replaced their 9 to 5 income. The one thing that all these people did have in common is that they all watched the web class, and they've gone on to do the exact thing that you're looking to do right now, which is by uploading other people's videos to YouTube to make some easy money. So find out how they did it. Click on this ad and I'll see you in the web class.
Hai semua, lihat kereta yang baru saya beli dengan keuntungan yang saya dapat dengan berniaga di Expert Option. Mari saya tunjuk macam mana. Mula dengan memuat turun aplikasi ini. Sekarang saya menggunakan iPhone, tapi kalau nak guna telefon bimbit atau tablet yang lain pun boleh juga. Anda boleh cuba secara percuma dengan menggunakan akaun demo $10,000. Setelah bersedia, daftar dan masukkan deposit pertama untuk betul-betul mula berniaga. Mari kita cuba. Di sini saya memilih emas. Rasa-rasanya harga emas akan naik. Jadi saya meletakkan tawaran sebanyak $50 dan klik butang hijau ini. Semuanya amat ringkas. Anda hanya perlu meneka harga aset akhir untuk suatu jangka masa tertentu. Kalau tekaan anda betul, anda akan meraih keuntungan. Kalau anda rasa tekaan anda tidak betul, anda boleh membatalkannya untuk menyelamatkan sebahagian dari...
The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra, can you hear me? Oh my goodness, the calls are so plenty. My goodness. The calls are too much. They are way too much. They are way too much. The calls are too much. The calls are plentiful. Very, very plenty, please. Take it easy. Very, very plenty. Oh my goodness. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Oh my goodness, the lines are jammed, you know. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Your name. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Sir, I want to tell you something.
Go ahead.
Which is bothering my mind.
What is that?
There's one I will tell you offline. I'm in Aba. I'm calling from my here. So what I wanted to tell you is that
it's not, you're not paying attention. You want to listen to your voice. You're very, very stupid. Very, very stupid and foolish. You want to listen to your voice. Is that the case? You want to hear your own voice. Is that the case? That's why you called us, to hear your voice, so you can tell your girlfriend or your woman that, did you hear my voice on Radio Biafra? He is wrong. Mad people everywhere. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please.
Mazi, good morning. My name is Najuku, calling from Bremen, Germany.
From Bremen in Germany, please go ahead. We're listening.
Mazi, good morning. So let me just go straight to the point. I don't want to waste people's time because it's early in the morning. I have to give you a great thanks for all you have been doing for us. And I have two things just to bring into today's question and answer. And I will plead for you to please. It may sound funny, but I just say you should look into it because it has been bothering my mind. Because it has been a long time I tried to put some things together. If we can go do some things in Nigeria in a very special way. But I said maybe if it comes into your hand, maybe it will go more easier and better. I was just thinking if it would be possible to arrange some musicians in Biafra land. So, and these musicians, if they can, I think the son of Fela, which is Shehu, if he can be contacted and with our own brothers, all of them that have been with us, to try to see if they can have connections with some foreign singers to just bring some songs together about the history of what is going on in Nigeria these days.
And why can't they put it down in a book? Why play it in a song? So we can be listening to music and making merry and not take things seriously. Fela, listen to me, listen. Fela was a philosopher. So also was Bob Marley. So also was Lucky Dube. So also was Sonny Okosun. In case you don't know, go and listen to all their music. Go and listen to Fela. Listen to Bob Marley. Listen to Lucky Dube. Listen to Sonny Okosun. They have put all their thoughts, all their thinking, ideology, and philosophy of liberation into music. All we do is that we go to a nightclub and we dance to it. After dancing, we go home and we rest and sleep. It needs to be put down on a book so you can read.
Okay.
You can read and you understand what is happening around you. Not music. We use music to praise God in heaven. We use music to remember people and all the rest of it. Apart from that, it serves no other purpose. If you want to philosophize, if you want to teach people, if you want to propagate an ideology of liberation, the best place to put it is in a written format, in a book. So those who are keen and interested can purchase and also read it. Thank you very, very much for your advice. Thank you for that. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me?
Thank you, my Lord. My name is Chinedu. I'm calling you from Aba.
Chinedu from Aba. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Okay, I have 3 suggestions that I want to make. Then I have one question. One of my suggestions is Mazi. I am asking if you can introduce an online training for our coordinators, a special training for all our coordinators and IPOB
officers. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you completely and totally.
Yes,
I agree with you.
That course will not be for briefing. It will be an online course. My suggestion to it is that they will even be given a certificate and they will take an exam. Because one time you told us that you are preparing writing a book.
Yes.
So before this book will come, what I am suggesting is that you will start up an online training class at least one time every week. All of them will get connected so that they should be. I want you to bring out the topic reason and the common sense. Bring out every courses that are inside the reason and common sense, and they teach them everything. I know that some of us know, but let us also go and hear. Part of those things that you wrote in a book, put it in that training for them, put an exam for them, let them write that exam, because many coordinators in some areas, sometimes due to pressure or due to certain challenges, they derail from they cannot withstand the strength of the test of time. So by the time you have these online classes with them, I think it will make them to be strong. That is my number one submission. My Lord.
Hold on to number two. Let me answer number one, then you go to number two. I did a training on your phone is on speaker. I did a training on Friday.
Okay.
On Friday. I have my certificate now. I did an online training on Friday. And everybody who is a commander on the ground is going to go through the same training. There is a training ongoing right now being arranged for all our finance officers. And I'm sure that Mazi Nnamdi, who runs IPOB on a day-to-day basis as the head of the Directorate of State, will also make sure that every coordinator gets trained. I think our media people, they go through training as well. So we must be training ourselves all the time. What you said is very, very important. We need to be undergoing training on a regular basis so that when you're reallocated to another position or relocated to another position, you don't start whining, grumbling, and looking for a janjaweed to sell our secrets to, or looking for where our money is so that you can grab it and run away. Thank you very much for that. Yes, your second one, please, and very, very quickly because others are waiting. Very quickly.
Number two, thank you. Yes, please, my Lord. You know what? Apart from number two, I will even go to number three, but let me quickly go to number two. Number two is this, because we are utilizing the resources in social media, which has also helped us. Because during the time of our Lord Ojugu, there was no social media. Now social media has come. But then another thing has come up again. I am asking, it's my personal suggestion. Can we tap into cryptocurrency as a method of payment?
No, not now. Not now. Because we don't know what is happening to cryptocurrency. We do not know. Not yet. We do not know. Not yet. So when we are sure of that very means, then we can afford to be able to use it. And thank you very, very much for your call. Thank you very much for your call. We welcome it. Thank you very, very much. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, my name is Chukwuemeka Nnadi. I'm calling from England.
Chukwuemeka from England. Please go ahead and raise your voice for us, please. Raise your voice for us, if you may.
Okay, sir. So I just want to make a little bit suggestion.
Go ahead.
Is it not all right you asked Garba Shehu and Lai Mohammed where you placed Nyesom Wike?
Yes, because there is something about Africa and their sense of primitivity. And now let me tell you one thing that people don't understand. Do you know why the End SARS protest collapsed? Because people said you cannot come from the east to Lagos to violently protest or to avenge the death of those that were murdered or slaughtered at Lekki Tollgate. In other words, you should have allowed it, since it is in Yoruba land, in Yoruba territory, you should have, and that goes back to the heart of what I've been preaching to Africans from day one. We are tribal animals by nature, we Africans. We are always ethnocentric in our approach to things. If you know that somebody coming from the east to Lagos to protest violently against injustice is bad, why are we in the same one Nigeria? That is the question that some of them in Yoruba media working for Tinubu has not been able to answer. I'll give you another example as to why we are tribalistic. Do you know that Obasanjo came out yesterday to say he is not necessarily in support of Tinubu, but for the Africa Development Bank chairman, Adesanya, whatever his name is. You know, he's a dapper, he's a young man, he looks very bright, he looks very intelligent. Perhaps if I believe in the zoo, which I don't, I will never believe in, he is the type of person that I may consider to even be a president. I don't mind. He looks very clean and neat. The Africa Development Bank chairman, he's Adesanya, he's a Yoruba chap. But do you know that Obasanjo could not recommend any other young, vibrant leader from the East? There is Donald Duke. I remember the time during the first part of this useless rubbish they called dispensation in 1999 to heaven knows, was it 2011 or whatever. Donald Duke was doing very, very well. In Cross River State, people even suggested that he should be the president of Nigeria. But Obasanjo did not recommend him. This was a man that held political office in Cross River State and did exceptionally well. Obasanjo did not recommend him. Obasanjo recommended his own brother again. This is to tell you that people are very parochial, people are very tribal, people are very ethnocentric. They always gravitate towards their own people. That is why Nigeria can never stand. I don't know why people always want to argue foolishly about sustaining one Nigeria. Please go ahead.
Okay, one more thing I want to say, sir. I think our people should not take David Umahi's comment serious that Ebubago is not against ESN.
There is no Ebubago. If we see them, we eat them alive. Always if you think that you are doing Ebubago, come out to see you outside. You can do Ebubago inside the government house, 15 or 20 of them. You can do Ebubago maybe around the government building or whatever. Any day we catch of those idiots wearing those water uniform. Those water uniform. Any day we catch them outside, they are finished. That their vehicle will turn it into our own. Watch and see what is going to happen to them. Let them come outside now and patrol. Let us see. Come on, like I said to Hope, if you say if anybody wants to doubt our resolve or say we are not doing anything, I want one single community to host Hope. One community. And go say that thing they want, they will see it. Some idiots are going about saying, oh, they are attacking their own people. These idiots were there when they came to my house to kill me. They didn't say anything. These bastards were there when they came to my house and killed 28 men. My father and my mother died as a result of it. My mother-in-law died as a result of it. These idiots never said anything. They were there when the same Nigeria police and army went on board and killed people. They said nothing. They were there when we were rallying for Trump. Not even for Biafra in Iguacha, only for Trump. They were killing us with their snipers. Nobody said anything. Now the shoes in the other foot and now they're talking rubbish, thinking they can use emotional blackmail to get us. If you want peace in the land, you must set up an open, independent panel of inquiry with a South African white judge, not a black man. You go to South Africa, you bring a white judge, a white man from South Africa, or white woman, a judge, to come to Biafra land and preside over the case of the slaughter of the innocent by the police and the army that nobody wants to talk about. People talk about unknown gunmen, unknown gunmen, unknown gunmen. I'm asking you, when unknown soldiers were killing people, what did you say? When Obasanjo sent unknown soldiers to go and kill the mother of Fela and Nicola Pokuti, did you do anything? When they sent unknown parcel bomb to Delegiwa to kill him, did you say anything? Because anything that calls itself a Nigerian is a natural born hypocrite. And that is why the zoo is sinking and sinking very, very fast. Boko Haram is in fact, ISIS in West Africa, only 1 hour from Asorok. But they are deploying soldiers to Jukubonka. There are soldiers near my house right now. They have come. The same with Jukubonka, they have come. Any day they die, they start looking for who to blame. They are the ones looking for trouble. They have come. They are the ones shooting people dead in nowhere. None of you can talk about it now. Nobody can. That idiot, that hotel building, stinking, filthy looking idiot, a fool, complete fool, did not even talk about the first year students shot dead by the army because they gave the idiot money. Our people must understand we are not going back, we're not going to stop. Let that heaven fall. It's only tear that will come out, not blood. For very many years, they were killing us. Nobody was saying anything. They kept killing us. They went to MN in broad daylight, DSS. When Fulani was attacking Nimbo, also one, DSS did not go to stop them. DSS never blocked any Fulani, Janjaweed terrorists. Never. It's only us. They came to MN to come and kill us because we are asking for freedom. The same thing that Azikiwe asked for, Awolo asked for, Tafawa Balewa asked for, Ahmadu Bello asked for. Nobody killed them. That we are asking for, and you want to kill us, and you want us to fold our hands while you're killing us every day, and we keep writing that. That is why anything that they give us, they will receive it twice or double. They'll get it up. I said I will bury Ikonso with 2,000 heads of army and police, and it's going to happen. God punish them. Thank you very much for your call. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
Good morning, sir. Mazi.
Good morning to you.
My name is Mazi Frank India Damange. I'm calling from the Republic of Ghana.
And where are you from? Your name sounds a bit... Wonwa, of course. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, yes, sir. In respect of our best of this month, your broadcast, yes, you did mention about that you allowed, you've given them option to can declare the winner at the public place at the vote booths.
Yes.
Then I begin to ask question because if we can replicate what happened to Imo State, my state, what of after announcing the winner and they allowed the winner to run for few months or days as usual, they use their normal court order or court whatsoever to impose another person. What can we do to that?
They cannot, because they're not that foolish. Janjaweed are not that foolish. They are not. They have a few of them that can still reason. They're not that foolish. Once that person is publicly announced and duly elected as the governor of Anambra State, I'm not sure anybody is going to stop them or try to tamper with the result. But what we are telling them stands. We don't want anybody to announce any result in Abuja. It has to be. They must give guarantees, or else they know what is coming. They know what is coming. They know what is coming. Thank you very much for your call. Thank you very, very much for your call. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are.
My great leader, may God bless you. May Chukwukabiyama be kind with you.
You see? Always. And you too. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
My name is Obase. I'm from a place called Akeze, one of the smallest republic in Igbo land. I thank you so much for what you've been doing. I don't have much to say, but I said you should continue to hold them on the balls, on the scrotum that you're holding them.
Of course, we are not going to allow them to do anything. Absolutely nothing. They understand it. Yeah. The Janjaweed understand the way we operate. We cannot allow them any breathing space until, if they want peace, give me a referendum. If you want peace, give me a referendum. If our people don't understand that, as I was responding to the previous caller and the useless hotel building, shameless idiot somewhere in nowhere, one thing they must understand is this: we are doing everything we are doing incrementally. If what we are doing, if we had launched ESN, let's say last year, people will misunderstand us. There is a time for everything. Any action you're taking to dismantle the zoo must be guided by heaven itself. If we had introduced ESN in 2017, 2018, 2019, oh my God, people won't understand what we're doing. But now that we have done it, everybody have come to the realization that what we have done is good. So everything takes time. Yeah. When the time comes for us to cripple the economy of the zoo, we'll cripple it. That time hasn't come yet. Allow the people to feel the pain. Let them understand that Fulani never meant well for them. I want them to understand that Tinubu, Obasanjo, all these one Nigeria slaves that neo-colonialists are using do not mean well for them. When we get to that stage, then we sing the zoo. When the Avengers came before, Avengers came a little bit too early. That was why they stopped. They gave them money and they stopped. That is why cavorting with politicians is a very dangerous thing. I'm telling you the truth. That is why we can never honor this their useless meeting that they're calling us to come and do with them. We won't honor it.
Exactly.
We know the way look at what they did to Avengers, and today Avengers is dead. Avengers dead, and nothing was accomplished. Please go ahead.
Yeah. When anybody is talking about you colliding with other people for this struggle, you have to remind them to a man called Robert Sobukwe. Robert Sobukwe was one of the stalwarts of ANC during their liberation struggle in South Africa. He left ANC because there was ideological differences between him and Nelson Mandela. He said that the ANC has to be made up of only black people of Africa.